Here today to think about talk about how you make decisions for your business. How do you make them? Do you make them logically, or do you make them with regards to what's right for you? Or is it on an emotional level? Do you make decisions based on emotion? And the answer really is probably all of these things. We probably flip from one thing to another. One day you'll be thinking very logically about what's right for your business. Another day you might be more inclined to be in tune with what it is that actually is driving you and what is driving those decisions. Now, this edition was inspired by a question that was asked in a networking group this morning about our whys. What is our why for our business, and what is our why with regards to our personal why? And it's one of those things that most people, when they start thinking about it, they get a bit they're either very clear or they're very unclear about what it is that's driving them and what it is about their business, what is their why. So hopefully I can shed a bit of light on how you can make better decisions for your business. It's really important that if you are leading a business, that business work for you and you're making decisions based on those things that are important to you. So if you've got any comments to make, then feel free to add some comments. I really appreciate firstly to say that say hi, that you're here, and also if you've got anything that you think is relevant to this topic of making decisions for your business. Now, whether you thought about it or not, a lot of your decisions will be based on those emotions I mentioned. They will be based on things that are important to you. And that is why it's important to know what your why is. And if you're in tune with it, you will realize that those things are driving every decision that you make. Everything you make with regards to your business, if you are leading a business. And it's true to say, hi Adrian, nice to see you. And if you're making decisions based on your own personal drives, then you are ultimately going to make better decisions. But the question mark is, how can you actually do that when you're not really clear? So the first thing you've got to be is clear about what it is that you want from your business. And the types of things that I notice and with the clients I've worked with is freedom is important. So with regards to freedom, it's understanding what that means to us. What does freedom mean? And in most cases, that means freedom to make our own decisions, freedom to do things in our own way, not being forced down a path which isn't right for us. So all these things lead to that feeling of freedom. And what I'm talking about here a lot is about feelings. A lot of what we are driven by, a lot of the decisions we make is driven by the feelings that we have and the feelings that we want. So I see a lot of that about freedom, and that's what drives a lot of people to leave their career and set up their own business. There we go. Yeah. So yes, freedom is really important to us all, but also the next thing that's important to most of us is making a difference. So making a difference is a funny one in that, making a difference, what I think is making a difference and what maybe you feel is making a difference can be completely different. But the ultimate thing is to tune into that making a difference thing, because it's a strong driver. We want to do something that we feel is making a difference. It goes back down to making a difference with regards to making our dent in the world, but also having a purpose. And what I've seen a lot is that business owners can get very distracted and also disconnected from the outcome. So when we start a business, quite often, well, pretty much all the time, we are clear about what it is why we're setting up that business. But once that business starts, once we get into the nitty-gritty of running that business, what happens is that we lose focus on exactly why we started it. Because we listen to all sorts of people telling us about this, that and the other, this is the right thing to do, this is the way you should do it, and all those things. So what I say to you is that if there is something within your business that someone is telling you to do and it doesn't feel right, then that probably means that it's probably not right for you with regards to, firstly, your values, and secondly, it's probably not taking you down the path that you've actually set out to go down in the first place. So it's really important to be clear about what it is that you want to actually change in the world, because businesses are just vehicles for change. Ultimately, that's what a business is. A business is there to solve a problem. If you're not clear about the problem you solve, then obviously that becomes a problem, a problem into a problem. But it's a problem that we really need to avoid and make sure that we're clear about what is it we're here for. When we're setting a vision for our business, we've got to be clear about what it is that we're doing. Secondly, how we're going to do it, and that's with regards to those skills, knowledge, expertise that we've probably built up over a number of years. And the third thing is why we're doing it. We've got to remember why are we doing this? Now, this could be connected to the person we're helping. So with regards to what I do, I want to help business owners to avoid making those mistakes that their business is not working for them, because I know how that feels, and I know what the mistakes that I made. So that is one of my things, that's the why for my business. I want to help those people and help as many of those people as I can. So it's important to remember what your why is. Why is it you're doing what you're doing? Just see what Adrian said there. So Adrian says, some people I know are making a real difference, but unfortunately don't see it in that way. They will say that it's just the way I do things. Yeah, and that's where a coach, mentor comes in, Adrian. I know what sort of work you do. It's really important for us to feed that back and make them realise that they might be disconnected from that difference. And for us, it's from making sure that we are reconnecting them to that message, making sure that they feel it, because it's very difficult when you feel that you're not really making a difference and disconnected. So that really, what in essence, what that's saying is that you are not feeling it. You're not getting the feedback that you're looking for. And making a difference is all about feedback. It's about understanding the importance of that, making sure that we are connected with it. I was talking to someone the other day about their career path and why they ended up doing what they're doing, and the moment, and they really enjoy what they're doing now in their marketing role, in that they can see the difference they make. They are very connected to how they help their clients, and then they reflected on other parts of their business, their career, where they completely were disconnected with the outcome, and so they got disillusioned. And that's why it's really important. It doesn't matter what sort of business you've got, what sort of job you've got, is to really understand the difference you make. What is your role with the outcome? What is it that wouldn't happen if you didn't do what you did? Goes back to the president of the United States when it was John F. Kennedy, I think, was walking around NASA and he bumped into the janitor. And he asked the janitor what he was doing, and he said, "I'm helping to put a man on the moon, Mr. President." And that's what it's about. He knew why he was doing what he was doing. He was playing his part. So going back to businesses and how we make our decisions, we are driven by emotion. We are driven by the things that we want, whether we are in tune with them or not. So it's best to be in tune with them. It's really important to be making conscious decisions. So freedom, I've mentioned. Making a difference is really important as well. Being curious and creative is another really important thing that I've noticed that many people want to be. They don't really connect it to creativity, but it's creative in the fact that they are solving a problem. Creativity is not just about being artistic. It's about using your skills and knowledge to solve problems, and that's being creative. And you are bringing something to light that wasn't there before, maybe a solution that wasn't there before, and that quite often is from the experiences that we've had over time. So Adrian's made another comment. Let's bring that one in and see what he has to say. The great thing is when you know you can make a difference, you could then help many communities and organisations. Exactly, Adrian. It's definitely a case of rippling it out. So when you're in a good place, then that means that you are helping many more people, whether it's your clients, whether it's your team, all those people that you touch. That's the thing. You can make more of a difference when you are in a good place and you understand your purpose. And so that's really all I want to say on the subject. Really, hopefully that's useful. If you get to hear this on the replay, then please leave some messages. I'll get back to you, whether you're on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, because I think it's a really important thing to do. Remembering that wherever we are, we're all making decisions from the place of emotions, and that's connected to our motivations. And if you know what motivates you, you can make better decisions for yourself and for your career and business. So, hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for those that joined live, and anyone that joins on a replay, please leave a message. And I look forward to the next edition of the Get Savvy Show from the Reluctant Leader Academy soon.